So, some things are a little different for me. One, my hair is blue, if you didn't know. I got married in February. I want to say anything until it happened, but I'm married now. My last name is changed and everything. Yeah, we got married in February 21st. And we had his sister and our best friend come to do witnessing. And it was really, really cool. I had my hair blue. I got really tired of green. Not that she wasn't a look, you know. She was cute. Everybody knew Melanie Green, but now people need to know Melanie Blue. I wanted to do like a chit chat get ready with me, because not a lot of people know how I am like talking, because my few videos I didn't really talk like that, because one, I'm really shy, and two, I'm not used to recording myself like that, and I don't know how to talk to a camera. It feels like I'm talking to myself. That's what I want from my videos, for us to feel like we're hanging out, talking about makeup, talking about life, and having a good time. I'm just gonna do like little makeup, not that really like extravagant and fancy. I just wanted to use, since I have blue hair, I got the Blue Blood palette for my birthday. I haven't used it in such a long time, because I just started working recently, and I get up like extremely early just to get there on time, because New York's transit is shit. I don't got time to do makeup, and I don't like being that person that does makeup in the train. Not that is anything wrong with that, but it's just annoying. My tallest, I got this at Comic-Con. I went to Comic-Con this year. Isn't it cute? So yeah, let me just put in my contacts. What's new with everybody? Obviously, y'all know what's new with me. I got married. And we didn't have a lot of money when we got married. All we had money for was to pay for the license and to get Chinese food. Subscribing my eye with some eye primer. I started a new job, and it's very I'm very nervous all the time, because I feel like I'm gonna get fired. This is a paranoid thing with me. I'm like, I always feel like I'm doing the worst. My old job didn't really treat me nicely. Let's just say that. Because I had problems when I was at my other job. And now that I'm a little better, I get to handle a lot of stress better. So yeah, that's also one of the things I wanted to talk about. I'm into astrology like a mother. And my favorite thing is birth charts. I don't know if anybody does them, but I like to talk about mine. You know, my birth chart is, I'm a rising Capricorn, and my sun is a Taurus, and my moon is a Cancer. And what that means is, on the outside, right, like rising means like what you perceive, like what people perceive you at first impressions. Since I'm a rising Capricorn, people always think I'm freaking mean. Like, I'm not mean. I may sound mean, my tone may sound mean, but I'm really not that mean. It's a thing that's always been a thing ever since I was growing up. I always had this, like, I always had that face. Even when I was happy. My moon sign, Cancer, this really means I'm as sensitive as bitch, honestly. I'm sensitive as a mother. Let me just move in a little closer. Yeah, so I'm sensitive, and I look serious and a bitch all the time. My Venus is in Taurus, which is funny because our ruling planet is Venus. So that means I'm very romantic and very sensitive. My Mercury and my Mars are both in Aries. So I had a temper and I talk loud, which is true. I do have a temper and I do talk loud. That's what my therapist says. And another thing is something I've always wanted to talk about, which I've always been not scared, but I don't know, weary. This condition that I talk about a lot on my Instagram. So I have something called borderline personality disorder. It's really hard. on a daily basis, but I am also on medication, which a lot of people don't like medication, which I completely understand why people don't like medication. Out for a long time, I didn't like medication because I was not on the right medication. And for a long time, I refused to go back. The last time I was on medication, I was 19. And being in a relationship with my husband, he saw that I was really, let me not say mean words. I was neurotic and manic all the time. And he gave me an ultimatum: if I don't go to therapy and get medication, he and I were going to split. Which I understand giving your partner ultimatums when you are very concerned about the relationship and you're very concerned about their well-being. So I took something upon myself, like, you know what, maybe he's right. Maybe I do need to be on medication. So I've been on medication for, I think it's going to almost be 2 years now. I've been on 2. Well, recently I got added 1. But I've been on 1 for a whole year. It's going to be 2 in April, surprisingly. I feel good, honestly. I don't feel as all over the place like how I used to be. And I was very all over the place. And I could think clearly now. And I could talk clearly now. And I could express how I feel more. I'm very pro medication for anybody that needs it. I'm not saying that everybody needs to be on fucking medication, but I'm saying, like, for anybody that needs medication, you should at least try. There's nothing wrong with trying. The mental health is very important. Not a lot of people think that it is, but it is. And if I don't take a medication, I can't do my job. If I don't, not who I worked really hard to be. Like, I worked really hard to, and it was hard. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of tears, and it took a lot of, denying and accepting and, like, all that stuff. That was a thing. I got diagnosed on my, like, the month I was turning 18. That's when I got diagnosed, like a week after my birthday. And I just freshly turned 18. And every diagnosis I ever had before never really made sense to me. Like, whatever I got diagnosed with, I will have those symptoms, but it will always be something more underneath. So I will always be diagnosed with things on top of things on top of things, and it never really made sense. And the first time I heard about this diagnosis, it was like my second time at the mental institution. Yeah, I know. I went to mental institutions a lot as a kid. I was very suicidal, and I self-mutilated, and I did drugs and all that stuff, but I'm clean now, besides marijuana. I don't see marijuana as like a narcotic or opiate because it's like smoking weed. That's the difference. I can admit that. I don't really need it, but I like doing it because it helps with my back. It helps with, if I'm stressed out and I'm about to cry, I smoke. And not that is like something that people should be doing, like self-medicating, because I used to do that with drugs and stuff like that, but it's something that I like to do. So what I'm doing now, I'm not even telling y'all what I'm doing. Wow. I put celebrity skin first, and then I'm putting the color Power. And I'm going to probably go into cremated and Undertaker because I like those tones. They're so pretty together. It's like a gunmetal gray with like blue hues. So that's why I like it, because it goes really good with my hair. This ring, I don't know if you see it. Can you see it? Yeah. My husband got it for me in October. This is originally the ring that I wanted because I saw it one time like a few years ago, and I was like, oh my god, it's so cute. It's like a little coffin, and they recently came out with ones that have halo, like little accent gems around it, and I was like, oh my god, if I can get that ring, it will make me so happy, because not to be cliche or anything like that, me and my husband are both into the goth subculture, and I thought it would be so cute. Like, it goes with our aesthetic, and anything for the aesthetic. But yeah, and also it was really pretty, and it was expensive, and we didn't have money. And Julio, my husband, he promised me that whenever he has the chance, he'll buy it for me. For a long time, I stopped asking him for the ring because we were already married. You know, the thing we wanted to do is already done. So I don't really need like realistic things, even though I'm a Taurus and I love materialistic things, but I didn't really need it. So I, for a while, gave up and blah, blah, blah. And he surprised me. Like, I think the day before Halloween or the Halloween, I don't really remember because I was really baked that day. I'm going to sound really pussy right now. I took a 250 milligrams. That's a lot in an edible for me because I'm not used to eating that much. So it was a lot and it was really funny. I didn't die or anything because obviously I'm still here, but it was just hilarious. And he set this whole thing up where he was gonna make me cry, and we listened to the song that we danced to at our wedding party. We had a unity party the month after we got married. It was really fun. We decorated the whole house, ate my food because I'm vegan and I have friends that were vegan and I wanted them to all eat. I made a vegan lasagna. I made a vegan like version of the wedding cake because we had and that's another thing, we had this awesome black cake, and then when you cut it, it looked like blood in the inside. Like the cake itself was red and the icing was black, and it was so pretty. And my husband got this cake stand that said our name and the date and everything like that, but it was like dragons and it lit up red and it was so cute. And my husband loves dragons, and he loves dragons, he loves dinosaurs, he loves bugs, he loves anime, Spider-Man, forget it. He could talk about Spider-Man all day, and his favorite things are video games. I used to play video games a lot as a kid. I used to play like fighting games. I used to play racing games like Twisted Metal. I used to play snowboarding games. My favorite game on the PS2 was SSX Tricky. I played it so much that one time I like tried to clean it because it wasn't working and it broke in half. So that was done. And I never got another SSX Tricky since. And it made me so sad when that game broke because every day I used to beat my high score. I used to try to beat it all the time. And my other favorite game was Spyro. Spyro the Dragon. I could be all day on that game. Like, all day. I will try to get 100% on everything because it was fun. I love open world games. I love RPG and stuff like that. I wish I played games as much as my husband. I literally don't have the time to play games because I have other hobbies like art, reading, and makeup and all that stuff. But I would love to play. I'm thinking about getting a Switch because I love Nintendo games. Mostly because I grew up on Nintendo. The Nintendo 64. My cousin used to have it and we used to play it at his house, and I used to love playing Nintendo 64. I loved Mortal Kombat. Like, that was my favorite game. I always used to pick Sonya, but that was my mom's name. And Sonya did this thing like she got on top of your head and like she like twisted shit. Yo, that shit was funny. To me, that was funny. The fatalities were always funny to me. So seeing the years of Mortal Kombat and seeing how like graphic it got is pretty freaking dope. I love graphic games. Since my husband has a 4K TV, it looks really realistic, and we play scary games. I watch it and it's so cool to look at because I love scary movies. Obviously, I love horror and all that stuff because that was my favorite pastime as a kid. I used to love watching scary movies. I loved getting scared. Like, if something could scare me, I used to get excited because it's like, ooh, scary, it's creepy. So yeah, we got married and all that stuff. I'm going on a tangent, but yeah, I just put cremated in the crease. I'm just blending out the edges with a clean brush. This is a Morphe 441, and before I was using this is an old MAC brush. I don't know if you can see it. Like, the wood is chipping off and it broke in half in the middle. It's $275. Thinking about getting a Switch. I want to play Luigi's Mansion so bad. So much fun. I love Mario Kart and Mario Party, and I want to get good at Super Smash Bros. Like, I do generally want to get good because it's fun. It's a fun game to play. This Christmas, for the first time, I think in like 3-4 years, my husband's brother is coming home. He is stationed in the Marines. Hoorah, everybody. I'm really proud of him. I knew him when, like, he graduated high school when we first started dating. Like, high school. And now he's a grown man in the Marines. And it's, like, so eerie to look at. Like, the time. Like, time is an illusion. But it's just really cool. And I'm super proud of him and all his accomplishments. And he's going up in ranks and all that stuff. And I think it's really dope. So, yeah, I'm putting a darker color in the crease. I don't know what I'm going to do on the lid. Either deceased or ice tray. I don't know. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put power on the lid. It's a Max 242. Like, the lettering rubbed off and everything. I had these brushes since I was 18 years old. So, and I'm 27. I'm going to put power on the lid. Let me try to get close. I'll put power on the lid. I'm putting power on the lid. I'm just gonna use my finger. You know what this needs? It needs to be a little darker. Like in the outer corner. What other things I could talk about? There's a lot of makeup releases that I can't afford. True tea. Like, people need to chill the hell out. Like, everyone's coming out with palettes left and right. I don't got room, sis, in my thing. I don't got room. So everybody needs to chill the hell out and let me catch up. Because I'm still on Blue Blood. I didn't even get Jawbreaker. I didn't get Alien. I didn't get anything. I didn't even get the Conspiracy palette. I had the money. I tried to. And it didn't even let me. I tried to put it in the cart. It didn't even let me put it in the cart. I didn't even check out. I was just so upset. I'm gonna try to complete this and then come right back and then try to do my face because I want to cut some of it out. I don't want it to be that long. So I lied and I put Deceased and Ocean Ice on my lid. It didn't stick that well because I put a matte shadow because I should have cut my crease, but whatever, I didn't want to do it. So now I'm putting on foundation. I already primed with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And now I'm just blending in my foundation. This is annoying, so I'm probably gonna speed this. It's about me. People who watch my videos who do not know me personally. I want to say, like, I'm from the Bronx. Yeah. From the Bronx. I was born in Manhattan, but I was brought up and raised in the Bronx my entire life. I do want to travel and I do want to move. I start in New York one of these days when I have kids with my husband. We talked about it a few times. Like, I would love to move. Like, the first move, I would love to move to, like, upstate. And then the second move, I would love to move out of the country. Just once. I would love to experience living in another state. And if I always miss New York, I can always come right back. It's always going to be here. People who come and live in New York think it's so easy. It's not. It's really expensive here. Unless you have, like, 5 jobs. You go ahead. If you have a job that, like, pays, like, a lot of money and you could afford rent and food, go ahead. Because a lot of people here can't afford both. Can't even afford light. Honestly, to tell you the truth, there's a lot of people that can't. So if you can do it, go ahead. I love New York. New York is the second biggest goth scene. So of course I love living here. But it's just annoying, mostly. To get around the communes, the people. Some of them are really rude and scary. And rapists and all that crazy shit. There's rapists everywhere, but this is crazy people have a misunderstanding when it comes to being mentally ill just because you act a certain way sometimes doesn't mean that that's you all the time. You know, we all have our bad days. So for someone to judge me on a bad day, a new concealer, and that's the one thing that is new. CoverGirl went cruelty free, so I was like, freak yeah. I got the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. It looks like this. Probably everybody already saw it already, but this is way better than the Makeup Revolution one that I used to use. It was like, I noticed it wasn't even that much of a coverage. This one, that's coverage. Like, you could tell with texture how much something's gonna be covering. And this is like, not thick, but it's pretty opaque. Like, the pigment is opaque. And the consistency is like really smooth. But it does, I feel like it does dry down a lot. So I don't like putting a lot. This is just one dip, and I already did both eyes. And that's all I need. People who get this, like if you're in school, if you're a teenager, you don't even have to buy foundation. Just buy a concealer, and then get a powder. That's it. It's one of the things I love talking about: makeup, art, goth music, anything that piques my interest, and if someone else has the same interest, I go crazy. Because not a lot of people like to talk about certain things that I like to talk about. I don't have a lot of friends like that to talk about the same things as me. Because some of my friends are mostly guys and they don't like makeup. Well, the guy friends that I have, I know for sure there's these guys that love makeup. And since I'm getting older, I noticed that not a lot of friends stick around anymore, which is sad. But it's life, honestly. Some people outgrow each other. I grew out a lot of my old friends, but I still have a lot of old friends still. That's something about me. I don't like going through friends like that because it's stupid. If you can't communicate with your friend, who the hell are you going to communicate to? Or I can't find it, or I'm blind still with the content. Anyway, I always put this brush with the eye brushes because I can never find this one in the big brushes. I don't know why. So I got this from my friend Janet. It was in her BoxyCharm. I'm about to get BoxyCharm, honestly. The Becca Hydro Mist Set and Refresh Powder. It feels like you spit in a brush and just put it in your face because it literally is wet. Like, no joke. But I don't really notice like OD difference because it's powder. The powder's a powder, you know. But it does. Like, my face doesn't get caked up at the end of the day. Sometimes my face, like, it gets dry, like really dry and flaky, and sometimes the flakes after a while, like, they peak in the like around the mid-afternoon, so it's annoying. So I'm just setting my face. Honestly, the less layers, the thinner the layers, the better. Always start out less, add more later. That's the rule of makeup that I've always learned and took into my routine. Because people think, oh, no, can't just go right in. Gotta take your time. It's an art. You have to put this lid on. There's a lid within a lid, and you have to keep it fresh for it to stay hydrated. Yeah, it's doing that thing. Ew, it's a weird texture. Don't like feeling it. Ugh. So, I was gonna say something. I know I was gonna say. So this woman at my job, not this woman, this customer. And she wasn't even my customer. I was on register. And I was just talking about to my customer because her name was Wanda. And I thought it was funny. Like Cosmo and Wanda. Like when I take people's orders, I like saying an actor's name or somebody's name that's in the media. because some people, everybody spells their name different. Is common name is not that common for certain people, and people get offended for the spelling. So I always ask, like, oh, like Wanda, like Cosmo Wanda. And she started laughing, because she thought it was funny. And I was like, oh, you should dye your hair pink. I think that would be funny. And she laughed too. And this other woman comes out of nowhere, left field. Oh, don't tell her that. Don't tell her that, because she don't need that. And I'm like, I have my hair blue, so I think it's fun. That's what I said. And then this woman comes out of nowhere and saying, people who dye their hair crazy colors have low self-esteem. Okay. I am not allowed to talk back or be rude. So I just smiled the whole time. I'm like, And then she said, as she was like departing, like, you have to be okay with your insides before you do something about your outsides. And I said, I love to decorate my outsides. So she shut up and she went away. Don't say stuff like that. You can't see my hair because it's underneath the my hat. But don't say stuff like that. That's rude. First of all, that's rude. You don't know whose hair. And my coworker peeped it, and she was like, we were talking just dumb shit. And I told my shift leader about it. She laughed too, because some people say the most stupidest thing and I'm there early. I open, so I have to smile around 6 and 5:30 a.m. You know how annoying it is to smile that early? But I love it. I love talking to people. I love meeting new people. I love seeing new people. I love seeing like all types of people. Because New York is so blended. And you see people from different countries. The people that come into my store, they're traveling. They're on vacation. And it's so awesome to interact with different types of people and learn about different things. Like, I'm getting older. I want to see other things. And I want to see new people. I want to learn about different cultures and different religions and different traditions, because this world is so big, and there's so many beautiful things about it, like different places and different people. Though some languages are beautiful, some people's beliefs are beautiful. I'm not a type of person that believes something strictly. I'm very spiritual. People were to ask me, I would say I practice, Wicca, because that's something that I used to dedicate, a lot of my time when I was little. The craft itself, not the movie, but the craft itself, I used to practice heavily, and it made me feel like I always knew it was in me, if that makes sense. Like, it felt natural to do it. And since I was raised Christian and Catholic, people didn't really like it, so I had to stop. But now that I'm older and I love it. I love the practice. I love the rituals. I love everything about it. It's so beautiful. It's all about self-love and acceptance. My nose is like extremely itchy. Yeah. So what did I do? I contoured my face, right? Yeah. Let me see if I blended it. So yeah, I love my job. And that woman was crazy. This woman gave me an attitude because I didn't make her drink right. First of all, I'm a trainee. So, no, that's besides the point. For blush. Did I blend this? Yeah. I'm probably going to do my eyebrows off camera, because nobody likes watching eyebrows. Some people do, but again, everybody has a preference. My preference is eyebrows take too long. Especially me. I'm such a perfectionist. I'm putting a little blush. That's a lot. I'm putting a little blush. I'm just going to blend it out. The Moonchild palette. Finally. That's the palette I always wanted. Like, when I first saw it, I was like, ooh, yeah, that. But sis never had money. So, funny story. I've seen these palettes at Marshall's. I don't know, it's because not a lot of people buying them or they're trying to get rid of them, but I've seen them in Marshalls, like 5 of them, right? And I was just like, if I ever get money, I'm gonna go buy it because it's Marshalls, it's inexpensive. But the thing is, with Marshalls in my area, people love to break the makeup. It's always broken. And that's why when I got the Aurora palette from Anastasia, it was broken. Like 2 of them were broken. I had to fix it. And I disinfect the makeup all the time. This one in particular still had the plastic on it. It was not open. So I was like, please let it not be broken. When I opened it, it was not broken. I was so happy. I ran to check out so fast because it's so hard buying makeup in general when you don't have a job. And I love makeup. ColourPop is not that expensive, but you know, you want the things that everybody's talking about because people hype it up. Some things don't need the hype. I'm running out of my Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder. This powder is my favorite, even though it's not cruelty free. I want to find one that's under my contour to clean it up a little bit. You know, fix it in a little bit. I'm just gonna do my eyebrows and then I'm gonna come back. I'm back. I did the lower lash line. I'm gonna do my eyebrows. All that's left to do is mascara, highlight, and I'm done. Probably gonna do a poll on Instagram or something like that for the 5 people that followed me to ask me questions. Since there's only 5 people that are gonna ask, y'all get 3. So, you know, anything, really. Doesn't even matter if it's stupid. I just find questions funny because some people be ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm almost 30. It's scary. Morality, like looking at the morality itself is scary. So, for me, life is just beginning. For people, life is just ending. You know, it's all cycle. I'm probably gonna suck on the makeup right now. Cause every time I go on the waterline, it's a wrap. So I try to tap it. Now, but it'd be like this in my eye. Like, I have sensitive eyes, and since I smoke pot, my eyes get like really dry. So I try really hard to keep them hydrated. Does this look patchy? Nah, it's just the lighting, honestly. Look, I'm looking right here. It's just the light. Like, this is way darker in person. Like, I could see why people would think my makeup is jacked, but I know what I'm doing. So, yeah. That's another thing. I got into makeup so young. Like, around the age of my sister-in-law is in 13. I love makeup. I used to watch my mom do makeup on this. Like, I used to sit on the toilet and watch her put her makeup on, like, in the mirror. And I always thought it was so cool how she did her makeup. I'm probably gonna do one of the videos that, like, recreating my mom's makeup because it was so simple. I used to wear bronzer, only bronzer. She never liked blush. She never liked highlight or anything like that. She never liked any of that stuff. But she used to wear foundation. She never put concealer. Like, she used to put foundation and then, like, she used to put it under her eye. She used to use bronzer. She used this Clinique press powder to set her makeup. She filled in her eyebrows a little bit because she used to have, like, small eyebrows. And she would put, like a bone color on her lid. A brown in her crease, like, with those little spongy things. Ugh. And eyeliner. Like a straight line. And that was my mom's makeup. And she used to wear, like, mauvey, like, brownie mauvey colors on her lips. And that was it. And people used to think she was gorgeous. So, like, having simple makeup like that, it brings features that normally you don't like forward. Like, people love my smile, and I hate my smile. Not because I don't like smiling, but the thing is just a trauma thing, honestly, because when I used to get bullied, every time I used to smile, they said my smile was ugly. So I like subconsciously trained myself not to smile. And it's hard now as an adult to like try to smile, but my husband's like, oh, I love your smile, it's so cute and it's so pretty. And I'm like, ew. I'm like, ew, I hate it, I loathe it. He's like, you're only saying that because people used to tell you that. I'm like, yeah, it's true, but it's just hard. I'm trying my best at this point in my life. Can't be insecure bitch forever. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't suggest it. There's something in my eye. It's annoying. It's annoying to have contacts and then something gets in your eye. It's a bitch. And then especially if you're doing makeup. Say bye to your makeup. Honestly. Your shit is getting a wreck. As my husband also saying, get wrecked, bitch. Nostalgia in the back. Someone shot at innocence in the shadow of his smile. You see that? How the hell that happened? Yeah, people gonna think I don't know how to do my makeup. Every time I do a mistake. There's a hole in my face. Like, what's up? People gonna be like, are you sure you're makeup artist? I don't fucking know. Honestly, I don't care. Honestly. See, I'm just being, a lot of people wouldn't notice it. I notice it. I think it's the setting spray because it's running out. And I need more. Hopefully I get paid soon. That's the one thing that the Anastasia highlighter palettes are missing. Mirrors. I have like 50 billion mirrors originally. Like, I don't have a stand mirror. Colors, blue moon, and blue ice. What I do for my lips when I don't know what to do, I like take the foundation off and I get like a random like color. And I dig it because I like to decide my lip color like when I'm outside because I don't know what to pick. So now that I put mascara and everything, my hair is dry. Finally. Let me just break this cast. Perfect. I broke the gel cast. So yeah, this is my, get ready with me look. I'm gonna film soon. I have another day off coming up, so I'm gonna film something soon. Probably gonna answer questions and stuff like that. So yeah. So I hope everybody has a good weekend, a good week, wherever you are, whatever time you're watching this. And soon, my spooky goose